The first half of Psycho-Pass is underwhelming to say the least. The script confuses unpredictability with improvisation, making everything happen without much thought or build-up. The script makes it up as it goes along, so where's the tension supposed to be? Someone will either get lucky and live, or get unlucky and die. Too much happens at once, and it's only when the real focus is met does Psycho-Pass eventually become something. Until episode 10, everything is annoying. The promotional branding made the anime look like a deep and mysterious thriller, but I was met with nothing special. The police in the year 2113 are made up of cops and criminals working together who scam people to determine how likely they are to commit a crime, and if they should therefore live or die. Sound like Minority Report? Well, that's what the plot on paper makes it look like, an anime version of that movie, except the plot and what actually happens doesn't really correlate, and doesn't go beyond any expectations of a good versus evil story. We have a team of different people, surprise surprise, going after many different villains, surprise surprise, with special technology, surprise surprise. Everything is simple, and I expect more complexity in futuristic anime. I expected turns that would only occur in this future and that were executed properly. For example, note the moment when a good guy is revealed as a robot. There were no clues leading to that potential shock, so there was no real shock in the end. What kept me going at first were the good visuals. Some hints of complex cyber mystery, and Yugo Kanno's amazing musical score. Electronic opera goes well with action, it makes the chasing and the fighting beautiful. I nearly gave up, as I couldn't work out if the series was about characters that never really develop, or the cybercrimes, or the boring philosophy. But then, thankfully, the second half happened. Finally, a focus on something worthy, the series justice system that governs everybody. Now there's a concept that's relevant and interesting, as it gives a chance to compare that system with a real life one, and I cannot believe the episodes before number 10 didn't focus mostly on that, as it would have made the entire show really worth watching from beginning to end. Instead, I would only recommend watching from episode 10, or even from 14 if you want to skip the mild relationship building between the lead characters Akane and Ko. The relationships aren't that important here, it's the examination of a unique justice system that swamps everything else, and if the anime just stuck to that examination, using the characters as discussion points on both sides of the law, then Psycho-Pass would have been more than this overly accessible and casual bubblegum for the mind. That said, I was intrigued by the relationship between Ko, a criminal, and his boss, cop Ginoza. They are two seemingly equal men but on different sides of the law working together, providing an excellent human metaphor of this justice system, one that puts good and evil together. The actual lead, Akane, is so doubtful and good-natured that she seems more suited as a supporting character, as we know she'll never really turn bad. There's no reason for her to lead a crime show, as opposed to starring just Ko and Ginoza. She's so calmly detached from crime itself. And yes, Yayoi is pointless. She's a pointless character, whose only purpose is to balance the genders within the team. You know something's wrong when they dedicate only one episode to one supporting character who's done virtually nothing in the past episodes. Yayoi is still pointless in that one episode starring her too, as her plotline does nothing to affect the series' overall plotline. Should I feel patronised that the show talks of how if you're negative then you're a latent criminal, and if you're positive you're not a criminal? I'm writing a mixed review right now. Does that mean my Psycho-Pass went down then up during the writing process? I suppose the questions the anime raises do have some relevance. Anger and fear can lead to people going down bad paths. But like in Minority Report, a justice system can be flawed, making it more of a problem than a solution. You see, it's this complexity of justice systems that makes the second half of Psycho-Pass so exciting, even if it still maintains an improvised writing style which I find lazy, considering the complex source material. This is a wannabe Ghost in the Shell. Don't search for payoffs, as there unfortunately are none. Just watch the second half and wonder about the advantages and disadvantages of a justice system. That way you won't leave the series slightly irritated and wondering if it's messed up your psychopaths for all the wrong reasons. 3 stars out of 5.